Hey, my lovelies, welcome to my channel. Thank you guys so much for tuning in to the Daily Vibe. I don't think I posted a daily vibration for about a week, right? So for those of you that are tuning in via YouTube, welcome. For those of you that are tuning in via Instagram, Facebook, or my podcast, I want to welcome each and every one of you to the Daily Vibe. All right, so energetically, you guys have not seen me for about a week because it's literally been a lot of energy in the atmosphere, and I needed to tap out and check in with my own flow of how things was going and do some self-care and some self-love. With that being said, I still feel like I'm going through the process of doing that self-care and self-love, so I'm not quite sure. The daily vibrations may be a little sporadic. I'm also in the process of transitioning to a new place, and so it's just a lot going on. Transitioning not just on a physical level to something new, but also on the spiritual, mental, and emotional level. So there's a lot of things unfolding for me personally right now. Okay. With that being said, I still wanted to be able to come and share with the community and tap into the daily vibe, especially because I feel like there's a lot of energy in the air where us empaths and light workers or people that just feel like you have a gift of helping people, you have a gift of leadership, you have a gift of being a visionary, just anyone right now that has the gift of service. I felt like I wanted to make sure that I do a daily vibrational video to kind of let you guys know energetically you need to protect yourself. You need to be mindful of how much energy you're giving out and how much energy you're giving back to yourself. Okay. I gotta be honest with you guys. I'm sorry if you can hear the garage door opening or closing because I'm right above the garage. So what you guys can energetically feel and what I've been feeling for the past week is you can feel even some of the energetic charges or currents moving through you physically. Okay. Some of you, this is coming through with bouts of anxiety. For some people, this is coming through with literally electrical charges and feeling maybe even for some people like you're floating. Like there's a lot of high charged energy in the atmosphere right now. So today is Friday, January 22nd, 2021. All right. And I'm going to do this vibration on different level today. Okay, so first of all, we're going to do January. Now, we know January being the first month of a new year. However, when you break down January to a numerical value, January equals the number 9, right? So we're dealing with the month of completion. Okay. Now, when we're actually breaking down the date within January, it's the 22nd, which is vibrating on the number 4, right? So that's also something that's important because you have a month of completion. You have a day where self-alchemy is going to be required because we're tapping into the number 4. And then you have a year, right, 2021 vibrating on the number 5, which is a year of change, all right? You also have going on right now, the moon is in Taurus, so a lot of us are going to have to be slow and calm with our responses and our reaction and maybe even with our judgments, okay? Attending to your basic needs is just going to be key as you're moving throughout this energy for the 22nd, right? So you want to check in with yourself and make sure that your basic needs are being met today, okay? And that's something that you're giving yourself today, whether that's a walk, whether it's a self-motivational talk that you need to give to yourself, right? This is something that you are going to have to really be mindful of as you're moving throughout the day, all right? Friday is also vibrating on the number 9, and we're going to get into the number breakdown, the numerical value from a metaphysical standpoint of view of how you can transmute this energy as you're moving throughout your day. So Friday's Venus Day, so you can feel the love in the atmosphere, but you also need to keep in mind that Venus is in her warrior phase. And as Venus is transitioning through her warrior phase, and I do need to take a look and confirm when she's doing the switch over, just so I can make sure you guys have that. And when she's in her warrior phase, this is going to be about reconciliation, but it's also going to be about being direct and blunt, okay, with the way that you love. So it's kind of like people are not getting passes anymore for the bullshit. So you want to be mindful of that as you're moving throughout this energy today. Venus is going to come through and she's going to be loving, but it might be that tough love energy, okay? So be mindful of that as you're moving throughout the day. Now, let's go into the number 9. We do know that January vibrates on the number 9. Also, Friday vibrates on the number 9. Okay, so we have the number 9, which is all about completion, right? This is all about completion. The energy of completion. Also, just on a metaphysical level, right? The number 9 taps into the part of you that is threefold. Okay, so we're talking about the physical, the mental, and the spiritual. Okay, mind, body, and soul, all connecting together as you're moving through this digit or this number. So just be mindful of the energy that flows through the number 9. Okay, now also the number 9 today, as you're tapping into that element or of that energy, you can find that there's divine wisdom, okay, versus logic today. So you can either use divine wisdom or you can tap into your logic and see whichever one works for you, right? There's always a polarity to everything, right? So sometimes, when you move too much on the logical end, too much masculine energy, and you don't balance that with the wisdom of the divine, the feminine end, that can cause some issues. So you want to make sure that you're balancing today, using divine wisdom and not too much logic, okay? Also, the number 9 vibrates on learning how to say no. Sometimes you got to learn how to say hell no, or hell to the no. Okay. So being mindful that today you may be required to say no. And on the flip side of that saying no energy, you do have the sycophant energy where you have the yes person. Okay. So just be mindful of that. You want to balance your energy so you're not operating in the sycophant energy where you're the yes person all of the time. Okay. Not to mention intuitive energy is always in the atmosphere. And we talk about this all of the time. Your intuitive energy is connected to your opportunities and your possibilities. So tapping into your intuition, of course, is a must every day, all day. All right. And for those people that are not tapping into their intuitive energy, you can feel disconnected from source, like nothing is working out, nothing is going your way. Right. So that's some of the things that the number 9 is vibrating of that you can find in the atmosphere today. Now, number 4, which is the date, okay, of the actual month, right, is the 22nd, which is vibrating on the number 4. So the number 4 has to do with self-alchemy. Okay, and within self-alchemy, some self-mastery is required, right? So today you can find the driving, there's an energetic pattern of being able to have a drive. You want to go after things, right? But there's also energy on the flip side of that of feeling lazy, not really wanting to do shit. So be mindful of that, okay? Watch your energy today within the self-alchemy as well as within the number 4. This is where you get to really master oneself, okay? Also, the number 4 vibrates on reality versus realistic. Being realistic, like how some people say, I'm a realist, okay? The thing that you need to be mindful of is whose vision is your reality, and whose perception, right, is the person or the individual operating from as far as their realistic point of view is concerned, right? So be mindful that reality and being realistic, okay, is going to depend on a person's perspective or perception of a thing today, okay, especially if you're doing self-alchemy, which is simply put, ain't everybody gonna believe or have the same reality that you see or have about certain things, okay? So just be mindful of that as you're moving throughout the day. Honesty and integrity is also in the atmosphere with the number 4 today. On the flip side of honesty and integrity is lies as well as lack of conviction. So you're going to have some people lying and they're not going to be convicted to tell the truth, honey. They're not going to have no integrity, okay? So just be mindful of that as you're moving throughout the atmosphere today. Not to mention, okay, today, okay, also the year vibrates on the number 5. So we got change in the atmosphere. Change is going to be in the atmosphere all year long. This is in the number 5, the vibration of the number 5, right? So you just need to embrace that change. So some of the things that you can find in the atmosphere today when you're vibrating or jumping in and out of these frequencies is choices and decisions, okay? So some people will have to make choices and decisions today. And the flip side of that, there's going to be some indecisiveness for some people, okay? Not to mention courage is in the atmosphere today, and the flip side to having courage is not having courage, being weak-willed, okay, or weak-minded or weak in emotions, okay? Now, that does not mean that you are a bad person. That just means that you have some self-work to do, okay? Also, keeping in mind, magnetism is in the atmosphere today. Now, magnetism can be operated on any polarity, right? So how magnetism works is whatever you're vibrating at is what you're going to attract. So if you're vibrating at a constant rate of negativity and self-fulfilling prophecy, then you need to be mindful that these things are magnetized, and that is what you're pulling into your experience, okay? Opportunity is also in the atmosphere with the number 5 today. And the flip side of feeling like you have an abundance of opportunity is feeling stagnation, feeling like nothing is moving, right? So you need to be mindful, my love, today that you have the power to operate in any one of these energies. You have the power to live your life according to how you see fit. You are your own guru, right? Now, in doing that, you do need to take responsibility for your own stuff, because you do not need to stay in a world or in a realm where you are considered a victim, right? So you can flip victim to victorious, or or being having victory at any point in time. Remember, as above, so below. Remember that you are always able to transmute anything, right? Anything that you feel worked against you, you can transmute it and have it to work for you, all right? Everything is also mental, so you definitely want to make sure that you are minding your mind. Okay, I'm going to say that again. Everything is mental in this universe, so you want to make sure that you are minding your mind, right? So, when somebody's mining, they're digging for that mineral, they're digging for that natural substance so they can utilize it and utilize its power, okay, for several different things, okay? So you can think about the things that diamonds are used for. You can think the things that quartz is used for, quartz crystals are used for after they're mined. So when you're minding your mind, you can think about all of the things that you find in your mind, how you can utilize them, right? Whether you need to just go ahead and release them because they no longer serve you, or whether or not you need to implement some things because that's what's needed right now. Whether or not you need to embrace some things about yourself, or whether or not you need to allow change to take place within some aspects of your life, right? So keeping in mind that you are your own guru, right? Find your path. Right? Sample whatever you feel you're led to, research, right? Keeping in mind that the research first has to start within, okay? There are going to be things that you can only get from within that you will not be able to find in books. And this is why you need to study to show thyself approved, and then to thy own self be true. Once you know who you are, once you're operating in your divinity, you don't need a moral police, right? You're then able to give the same gift of freedom back to someone else. As you are operating in your essence, you then give someone else's someone else the opportunity to operate in their essence. And that's how the world changes. The world doesn't change by me trying to fix you and you trying to fix them and then them trying to fix they. No, the world changes when each individual takes responsibility of themselves. Okay, on that note, my love, I'm not gonna pull any cards today, all right? And if I'm led in the next video, I will do that. But I just wanted you guys to keep in mind to do something kind for yourself, love yourself, honor yourself. And I'm gonna see you guys in the next daily vibration, okay? Oh, you know what I did forget to tell you guys? I am having, okay, next week, Wednesday on the 27th, I am going to be doing the mental and emotional chess lecture, okay, using the Kabbalion, the 7 Hermetic principles to show you how you can mend your mind, okay, mentally and emotionally, okay? So we're going to tap into that on the 27th. If you are interested, it is going to be a $30 donation, all right? So you can make your donation. Make sure to include the email link, okay? And you're going to get the private email link for the class, all right? On that note, my love, peace, love, and light to each and every one of you. I'm going to see you guys in the next vibration. Have a wonderful, wonderful day. Bye, guys.